Good morning, dear students. In our previous class, we have studied about chemical effect of electric current. About current, we have studied the flow of charges per unit time is known as current. Its formula is I is equal to Q by T, where I stand for charge, I stand for current, Q stand for charge, and T stand for time. The unit of charge current is ampere, denoted by capital S. The unit of charge is coulomb, denoted by capital C, and the unit of time is second, denoted by small s. So this is defined as current. The flow of charges per unit time is known as current. After that, we have studied about the testers, how we can check the flow of current through a conductor, or how we can tell that the material is a conductor or insulator. After that, we have studied some few terms, and these terms are electrolyte, a solution which can conduct electricity and at the same time can undergo the chemical change, that is known as electrolyte. Related to same, we have studied non-electrolyte. Electrolyte, the chemical which can conduct electricity and at the same time which can undergo the chemical change, that is known as electrolyte. And non-electrolyte, the chemicals which do not conduct electricity and does not undergo any chemical change, that is known as non-electrolyte. So we have studied about electrolyte and non-electrolyte. After that, we have studied electrode. The metal wire or plate through which current enter or leave, that wire or metal plate known as electrode. The metal wire through which current enter or leave, that metal wire is known as electrode. We have two types of electrode, anode and cathode. The metal wire through which current can enter or leave, that metal wire is known as electrode. We have two types of electrode, anode and cathode. The electrode which is connected to the positive terminal, that is known as anode, and the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal, that is known as cathode. The metal wire which is connected to the positive terminal of cell or battery, that wire is known as anode, and the metal wire or plate which is connected to the negative terminal, that is known as cathode. After these electrodes, we have studied about ions. The electrically charged atom or group of atoms which are formed when electric current passes through a solution known as ions. We have discussed about HCl, NaOH. HCl will break into H positive and Cl negative. NaOH will break into Na positive and OH negative. So these positively or electrically charged atom or group of atoms are known as ions. We have two types of ions, anion and cation. Anion and cations, the positively charged ions are known as cation. These are positively charged, so these are known as cation. The positively charged ions are known as cation and the negatively charged ions are known as anions. The positively charged ions are known as cation and the negatively charged ions are known as anions. After this, we have studied about electrolysis. We have discussed electrolyte, an aqueous solution which can conduct electricity and at the same time can undergo the chemical change, that is known as electrolyte, and that process is known as electrolysis. The process due to which the electric current passes through a chemical and the chemical undergoes the chemical change, that is known as electrolysis. The process due to which the solution of chemical compound conduct electricity and at the same time undergoes the chemical change, that process is known as electrolysis. these terms we have studied in our previous class. Now we will study what is electrolysis, how it happens, which type of gas released when electrolysis takes place. So these we will discuss in the process electrolysis. Now we will see the process electrolysis. The process in which the current is passed or electric current is passed through a chemical, and at the same time it undergoes a chemical change. That process is known as electrolysis. Now we will discuss that how this happens. So for that I am drawing a diagram. We have a wooden block. At the top of wooden block we have kept two inverted test tubes. When we keep these two inverted test tubes, we will put this in a beaker. This beaker will be or should be filled by the chemicals or water which have dissolved HCl or NaOH. We will complete this circuit by connecting a key with the battery. This is the diagram which we have to represent to show the process electrolysis. In this we have two inverted test tubes. These are test tubes. Wooden block. Key. Battery. Cathode, anode, and this is the chemical with the dissolved NaOH. We know that NaOH is an electrolyte, so current will pass through it. Now when we press the key, then what will happen? When we press the key, current will flow from positive terminal to negative terminal. And when current will flow, this NaOH solution will break into Na positive and OH negative. And in these test tubes, just above the chemical, two gases are collected, here oxygen and here hydrogen. O2 is collected here and H2 is collected in this test tube. Now how we can tell that this will contain oxygen and this will contain hydrogen? So when we bring a burning matchstick near to this, the matchstick will burn with a pop sound. This represents or this shows us that this flask have hydrogen gas, because the hydrogen gas burns with a pop sound. When we bring a burning matchstick near to this flask or near to this test tube, the matchstick starts burning fastly. So it shows us that it have oxygen gas, because we know that oxygen help in burning. So when we press the switch or when we press the key, current will flow through the circuit and oxygen gas is collected at anode and hydrogen gas is collected at cathode. the terminal which is connected to the positive terminal, or the metal wire which is connected to positive, that is anode, and the metal wire which is connected to negative terminal, that is cathode. So at cathode hydrogen will collect, and at anode oxygen will collect. So this is the diagram which represents or which shows us process of electrolysis. With the help of this we can explain electrolysis, that when current passes through the solution, it will conduct electricity. When it conducts, in those cases only the electricity will reach to negative terminal. So first line is clear, a solution which conducts electricity. So it conducts electricity, and at the same time it undergoes a chemical change. Due to the chemical change, hydrogen and oxygen gas, these are formed. So it undergoes a chemical change also. So the process in which the chemical conduct electricity and at the same time undergoes a chemical change, that process is known as electrolysis. And this is the diagram which represents or which shows us electrolysis. So you have to see this diagram carefully and draw this diagram in your notebook. Now I will tell you that from where these oxygen and hydrogen gas comes. So in this beaker we have water. When electric current passes through the water, it will break water into H positive and OH. It will break into hydrogen and oxygen gas. To balance this equation, we have to put 2 before H2 and 2 before H2. How we can balance an equation? We have to equal all the components equal on right side and left side. So on left side we have H2 and 2 atoms of hydrogen and 1 of oxygen. Here if we don't put these 2, then we have 2 and oxygen 2. So to balance the oxygen we have to put 2 before H2. Now on left hand side 2 is 4 hydrogen, so we have to put 2 before this also. So this will happen, and when current passes through the water, it will break water into H positive and OH negative ions also. It will break water into H positive and OH negative ions, and these ions, about ions we have studied, cations are positively charged and anions are negatively charged. So this is cation and this is anion. And ions, the electrically charged atom or group of atom known as ions. So this will happen due to this reaction, hydrogen and oxygen gas collected, or we can collect these two gases in the test tubes, or this process is known as electrolysis. Now we will discuss about electroplating. Now we will discuss about electroplating. What is electroplating? The process of coating a thin layer of superior metal on the inferior metal is known as electroplating. Or the process of coating a thin layer of less reactive metal on high reactive metal with the help of electric current, that process is known as electroplating. The process of coating a thin layer of superior metal on the inferior metal with the help of electric current is known as electroplating. Now the question is, why we do this electroplating और how this happens? ये होता कैसे और हम क्यों करते हैं? So first we will discuss how this happens. कि electroplating होता कैसे है? So for that I'm drawing a diagram. We have a beaker. This beaker has dissolved copper sulfate solution, water with copper USO4 solution, copper sulfate solution. Here we have a metal tripod stand. Here we have a battery. This is positive terminal and this is negative terminal. Here we have a switch. Battery. This is connected with positive terminal. Now another wire, copper insulated wire. This is an iron object and this is connected with negative terminal. So the electrode which is connected to the negative terminal, that electrode is known as cathode. So this is connected with negative terminal, so it is known as cathode, and this is connected with the positive terminal, so it is known as anode. This is insulated copper wire. Insulated copper wire. When we press the switch, the current will pass through the circuit, and when current will pass through the circuit, this CuSO4 will break into Cu2 positive and SO4 2 negative ions. Copper sulfate will break into Cu2 positive and SO4 2 negative ions. The ions which are negative, which are known as anion, and the ions which are positive, which are known as cation. So this will, when current will pass, in that case only it will break into ions Cu2 positive and SO4 2 negative. Now we all know that opposite charges attract each other and similar charges repel each other. So this Cu2 positive will be attracted by the negative terminal, or these copper ions Cu2 positive will move towards iron object and they will stick on the iron object. And when they stick on iron object, they will form a thin layer of copper on iron. They will form a thin layer of copper on iron, and this process is known as electroplating. The process of coating a thin layer of superior metal on inferior metal with the help of electric current, known as electroplating. So इलेक्ट्रोप्लेटिंग में हमें करना क्या होता है, वी हैव टू पुट अ लेयर ऑफ कॉपर ऑन आयरन. आयरन के ऊपर हमें एक कॉपर की लेयर फिक्स करनी होती है. नाउ हाउ दिस लेयर विल फिक्स ऑन द आयरन ऑब्जेक्ट? फॉर दैट व्हेन वी स्विच ऑन द करंट विल पास, द कॉपर सल्फेट सॉल्यूशन विल ब्रेक इनटू Cu2 positive and SO4 2 negative ions, and this positively charged ion, or this cation, will move towards negative terminal, and when it move towards, or it will be attracted by the negative terminal, the copper ion will stick on cathode or iron object. When it stick on the iron object, it will form a layer of copper on iron, and this is known as electroplating. This represents as electroplating process. The process of coating a thin layer of superior metal on the inferior metal with the help of electric current, known as electroplating. How this happens, you know now. When current passes, copper sulfate will break into Cu2 positive, SO4 2 negative. This Cu2 positive will attract by the negative terminal and stick on the negative terminal, and it form, or it deposit a layer on the iron object. And this process is electroplating. Now we will discuss that where we use electroplating and why we use electroplating. Now we will see that where we use electroplating, or mainly electrolysis, where we use electrolysis. So first thing, use of electrolysis. Use of electrolysis. Electrolysis is used in electroplating. First thing. Current is passing through that, and it will break into ions, chemical change take place. So electrolysis is used in electroplating. Where we use electroplating? If you see the handles of bicycle, they have shiny surface, that is chromium. They have a thin layer of chromium on iron. Why they deposit that thin layer of chromium on iron? Because chromium have a shiny surface, so it will shine. It is so electrolysis is used in electroplating. We have handles of bicycle and bikes. They are coated with chromium. Why they are coated with chromium? Because chromium have a shiny surface, so they are coated with chromium. Similarly, artificial jewelry is also coated with gold and silver. That is also electroplating. Artificial jewelry is coated with iron and gold. That is also electroplated. Electrolysis is used for the extraction of aluminium from its ore. If you want to obtain the aluminium from its ore, then you have to use electrolysis process. Or electrolysis is also used to obtain the pure metal from impure metal. If we have impure metal, and you want to convert that in pure metal, then you have to use electrolysis. To obtain the aluminium from its ore, we have to use electrolysis. So these are the uses of electrolysis and electroplating. You have to learn this chapter carefully. If you have any doubt, you can ask. Revise these things. Mainly you have to revise the definition of all the terms of this chapter carefully. Because if you know the terms, then you can easily define this chapter. And you should know these two diagrams, electrolysis and electroplating. If you know these things, then you can easily define each and everything from this chapter. Thank you.